Yo, yo, how's it going, guys? What is this? It's my first live stream on this channel in years, probably, and you guys are already spamming the. I can't keep up with these comments so far. Hold up, I'm trying to read some. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna let you guys know what the update is, since that's kind of like the title of this stream. So as you guys know, I haven't posted a video on this channel, or a typical news video on this channel, in probably around a month. And I never really gave you guys an update as to what's going on or why I just stopped doing those videos. So I thought, instead of making, as you guys can probably see, I was like recording a update video back there, but I decided to instead just come live and let you guys, see what's been going on for yourselves. So pretty much, I'm here to answer any questions. But first, I just want to say that I really appreciate all of you guys for still being here. Um, I really appreciate you guys for watching this live stream. I think there's over 500 of you right now, which is insane. I thought like 30 people would be here, but yeah, it's pretty crazy to see all of you guys still here. Pretty much, I took a break from NBA media. I'm trying to take a break from all of the noise and everything surrounding the NBA, because for the past year or so, I've started to fall out of love with the NBA. Like, as strange as that might sound, it's something like, I used to be a massive NBA fan. I used to just talk about the NBA nonstop. I used to watch every game that I possibly ever could. I used to just be on Twitter and everything, just talking about the NBA as much as I could, because I loved it. And I'm trying to get that love back. That's what I've been doing for like the past month, because it's something about the media and the amount of toxicness that surrounds it, that when you cover it every single day, it makes you view the league and the game completely differently, because you start to realize that it really is just an entertainment industry, especially the media side, especially when it comes to the media and all the reports that they come out. Most of the stuff that comes out, I want you guys to know, is 100% fake. Most of it comes out, and you guys should know this. I mean, most of the stuff that people say is going to happen, that reporters talk about happening, it never actually happens. I mean, it's like when you report on that every single day, it's like you start to feel as if what you're talking about doesn't really matter. It's it's a very bad feeling, because you just get into this cycle of, it's essentially just gossip. It's nothing but rumors and gossip, and it's not fun to cover. For example, I went on this morning, and I was gonna try and make another one of those videos. Because I felt bad for just abandoning you guys, especially during the NBA playoffs. But I tried to push it as long as I could. Originally, I was gonna take a month or 2 months off after the season. That's what I told myself back at the beginning of the season, because when this season started, I was already burned out. This was back in October, November. I was already at the point where I was like, you know what? I just need a break from going daily every single day. I really needed that break, but I told myself that after the season, I was gonna take a break, because before the season started, I had some big plans for the channel. I really did, because I was expecting to bring on other people to have them help with the production of the videos, editors, eyes and ears in the league, someone to help, filter through all of what's good and what's happening in the league. And I was planning on doing that, because I was going to have the sponsorships to be able to pay the people to do that. But then that thing with the whole NBA happening, where they basically said I couldn't have any sponsors, and that really threw a massive punched a massive hole in the things I was trying to do. So it was to the point where, like, now I can't afford to hire anyone. So it's like, I'll just have to tough it out for a season and, do what I'm doing this entire time of making the videos by myself every day, which did get very exhausting. It did get very exhausting, and it's, I don't know. Just want to answer you guys questions about basically what's been going on. I've been trying to find the love back for basketball. That's why I've just taken a step back from the media, taken a step back from posting. I was playing a lot of basketball this past month. I've been going to the parks playing basketball. As you guys can see, I'm kind of like a Derrick Rose with the elbow. Popped my elbows. Like, it's been really messed up for the past week now. But I've just been trying to get back into the game, trying to find that love for it again, so I can come back to make some pretty fire NBA videos. That's the plan for you guys. But now I'm trying to go through the chat. Yeah, Hussein. I remember meeting this guy at Borden Park. This is the guy, Hussein Murray. I remember you guys. Yeah, what's up, bro? What about a video like once a week? That's one thing that I've been thinking about, especially when it comes to the news part. If I do ever start doing news videos again, which if I do, I'm gonna have to find a different formula because, like I said, when it comes to the trade rumors and the he said, she said, and these anonymous reports from NBA executives talking about players, a lot of the time it's either completely fabricated or it's fake, and that's not the type of stuff that I want to cover anymore. You know, I kind of want to be. I know this might not sound the best to say, but I always imagined becoming someone on this YouTube thing where the players could look up to. Like I had a dream, like I had something that I always wanted to do was travel with an NBA team and kind of like, you know, document what it's like to travel along with the NBA team, like the plane ride, because that's something we fans don't get to see. We don't get to see how much they travel. We don't get to see like the schedule. That's something that I always wanted to do, and it was like a dream of mine to be able to, I don't know, travel with the Pistons for a week or something like that. But with what I'm doing now and like all the spam media, that's definitely not something that would happen because if you're a player, you don't want to be surrounded by the media. You don't want to be surrounded by the person who's helping this propaganda, this fake media. If you're a player, you don't want to be dealing with that. So it's I have to change up the channel drastically because I'm not happy with what I was doing. I definitely was not happy with the media side of the NBA and all the business side. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it that when the further you get into the NBA, the less of a fan you can become because you see all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes and you know how the industry and the business works, and it's a lot to take in. So I've just been trying to get back to the point where I can just be a fan again. I've been watching the finals. I've been watching the playoffs, and I've been having fun, you know, watching it with friends and stuff, something I haven't been able to do for a while. And, you know, just trying to enjoy the game again. So give us b-ball related vids. Doesn't have to be NBA news. That's what I'm working on now too. Like the last video I made on Kevin Durant, it's the type of video that I'm going to be doing more of. I just have to keep learning more and more about these players. There's players that I'm currently learning about because the players themselves seem like pretty cool people. Like if you learn about these players, they're pretty freaking cool people. And a lot of the stuff you hear in the media about these players, you know, it's not right. I think I saw an interview with Kawhi Leonard yesterday before game 4 with Ramona Shelburne, and he was asked a question about how much of like is circulating in the media about you is true. And for Kawhi Leonard, there isn't much circulating about him in the media. I was just talking about free agency, but the stuff he says we know about, 50% of them is true, 50% is false, and I think that was probably being pretty generous. That interview was asking some pretty weird questions. Of course, it went to free agency. I mean, he's about to play game 4 of the NBA Finals, about to try and go up 3-1 against the Warriors. In the media wants to talk about what he's planning to do in free agency. Like they expected him to say what he was planning to do in free agency. It's like stupid stuff like that that really does not make me want to be a part of that type of media because once again, it's game 4 of the NBA Finals. The Raptors trying to go up 3-1, and we're here talking about Kawhi Leonard about what he plans to do in free agency. I get that fans want to know, but a player isn't going to give those answers. It's stupid to make all this speculation. So, it's Derrick Rose with a 90-inch vertical, yeah. But it's just trying to get back on the grind, guys. So. Hopefully I can get back there. And yeah, just guys, if you have any questions about what it is that I've been up to or what it is that I plan to do, I'm really open to answering all of them. I see a lot of the support in the chat right now. You guys are awesome. Shout out to the people from Finland. I know I have a lot of international viewers on this channel. That's why I felt really bad because a lot of people, especially international viewers, are always telling me like because it's hard for them to keep up to date with the NBA because of the time difference from where they are, where the NBA is, that they come to my channel. It'd be like in the mornings, the games, everything would be there, so it'd be good for them. So that's where I felt really bad. It was like I disappeared on those people, and those are the people that I want to help out. But at the same time, I really needed to take a break. I really, really needed to take a break. But yeah, I missed you guys too, though. It was hard for me to take a whole month off of YouTube. What have I been up to? Pretty much, I've been playing a lot of basketball. I've still been like, even when I take a break from YouTube, it's hard to take a break from YouTube because as a YouTuber, your mind's always on YouTube, and when my mind's always on the NBA and YouTube, I'm always trying to think of what is it that I can do for this YouTube channel. And even for the past month, when I haven't made me videos, I can't tell you guys the amount of times that I came in this room, this office, tried to sit down, type out a video, and then just like, when you burn out on something, it becomes frustrating because that passion that you no longer felt is there, and that passion was what like drives you and push you and inspires you even to try and be the best you can be at whatever it is you're doing. And when it's just not there and you're still trying to do it, it feels like you're trying to force it, and after so long of forcing it, you start to break down. Do you live in Detroit still? Yeah, I'm still in the Michigan area. Are you going to make videos again? Yes, I'm definitely going to make videos again. There's no way I'm going to stop making videos. It's just a matter of figuring out exactly the type of videos that I should be making. Sorry I came late. Why was I away? Just trying to find the love of the game again. You know, just trying to get back in touch with basketball. Like I said, the media side of basketball and the basketball side of basketball are two completely different entities, and it's not the same. Your thoughts and feelings on the NBA Finals so far from Light. Yo, what's up, Light? I'm surprised, kind of disappointed too, just because of all the injuries that's going on with the Golden State Warriors. Of course, Kevin Durant still not back. Klay Thompson missed a game, and he's still not 100% healthy. And I guess no one out there is 100% healthy. Kawhi is still dealing with his things. I'm sure Kyle Lowry is still dealing with his things, but it's been very surprising that the Raptors are up 3-1. I especially didn't expect them to win as big as they did last night, with Klay coming back to still get as big of a win and take that 3-1 lead heading back to Toronto. I mean, that's tough. That's really tough. And if the Warriors, I know a lot of people, especially Warriors fans, are like, this is our chance to redeem ourselves. We went down 3-1. We lost 3-1, so now let's see if we can come back 3-1. But honestly, just my opinion, if KD doesn't come back, this series is over next game. But there's a whole thing going on about conspiracies between Kevin Durant, like I don't know. It's definitely surprising that the Raptors made it this far. I didn't think they'd get past Milwaukee. I had Milwaukee pegged to win that series when it first started. Then they took care of them easily, and then it's like they're doing the same thing with with the Warriors. So it's like, wow, the Toronto team's a lot better than I even gave them credit for. Even though I thought they were a good team, they're still somehow even better than I thought. So it's crazy. Do you think Durant will leave? Man, it's up to him. I mean, I have no idea what's going on in the mind of Kevin Durant. Is your hat making comeback? What are the things that you went to not basketball related? Outside of basketball, I have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of other interests. Like pretty much anything you can name, I'm interested. Whether it be technology, whether it be anything outside of politics. Politics is the one thing that I don't like getting into. I freaking hate politics. So anything literally outside of politics, I'm into. Like, if you want to talk about technology, I'm there. Obviously, I like anime and stuff like that. This Marvel stuff, I like. Pretty much, I'm just a typical guy. Pretty much anything a typical guy likes, that's pretty much what I like. So yeah. What happened to your elbow? It's just a elbow sprain from the last time I played basketball. Um, but like I said, guys, I just wanted to come on here and give you guys an update. I'm probably gonna stay for as long as you guys allow me to. Maybe at least a half hour. I'll be on this live stream. Are you into Spartan Race? You listen to Igor. How's my week been? My week's been unproductive. One of the things that's hardest about this taking a break from YouTube is just how unproductive I have been. Like when you make videos every day for years on end, you get into the habit of like always being productive, and like the end of making a video when you feel accomplished, that sense of accomplishment, like, you know what, I did the work today. That's a really good feeling. And it's like a kind of like a feeling that grew addicted to, where if I didn't make a video, I felt terrible about myself, and I felt like, you know, I was letting people down. I felt like I just felt like a waste of space, because I always grew up being taught that, you know, hard work is everything. And I always saw my parents, like especially my mom, going to work like every single day, you know, sometimes working like 2 jobs. So it was like, you know what, I really got to work, because if they're working as hard as they can, like for me, then I definitely had to put in the work. I can't just be sitting here. So this past month, not really working, it's felt wrong on a lot of levels. I like I said, the days where I still tried to get up and work, even though I told myself that a break is the best thing possible, but there were still plenty and plenty of days, almost every day actually, that I still tried to work. But it's kind of like I'm a low-key workaholic trying to get over my workaholism, if that's a thing. NBA mock draft. That's the one thing I'm kind of looking forward to, this NBA draft. I can't believe that's one thing I wanted to talk about here on, is like the Pelicans getting the first pick. I mean, we all know the NBA has had this love affair with the Pelicans ever since the Chris Paul trade got vetoed to LA. And now that Anthony Davis is trying to leave and all this other stuff, and the Pelicans somehow wind up with the first pick, it's like, what's really going on here? It's I'm very skeptical of how the Pelicans once again got the first pick. They got the first pick, beat the odds to get AD that time, and now they're about to get Zion Williamson the same way. It's the NBA definitely has some type of love affair going on with New Orleans. It's easy to see at this point, but would you ever consider getting into writing about the NBA? Would be a good path into traveling along with the team. Yeah, writing with the NBA is something that's originally, before I started YouTube, back when I was in college, that's something that I was going for. I actually wanted to be a journalist, an NBA journalist, so I wanted to do stuff like that, and that's why I'm trying to figure out how to do that on YouTube right now. That's what I'm trying to come up with, own original stories, own original takes, you know, on players. I'm trying to learn about players so I can, you know, inform you guys about what it is that these players really stand for, who they are, and the type of messages that they're trying to send out there that the media might not want you to pick on, because there are a lot of players doing really good things. There seem to be a lot of nice people, and sometimes the media can make them seem like a lot worse people than they actually are. And, you know, I'm not trying to throw dirt and throw tar on any of these players' names anymore. I'm not trying to, you know, talk bad about them and all that other stuff, because they're just guys trying to live their life. And, you know, making money off, or like having a career making money off of someone by throwing dirt on their name and trying to, with these rumors and all this stuff, is really not something I want to do anymore. Maybe when I was younger, like I'm about to be 26. My birthday's in 5 days. I'm about to be 26, and then I'm definitely matured a lot. I'm starting to mature a lot compared to when I first started this channel. So, you know, you look at life through a different perspective, and definitely like tarnishing the names of these players and talking down upon them is not something that I want to do anymore. Hope you keep doing some vids. If not, have you thought about making some vids about anime like Boruto? I've thought about doing an anime channel, and the thought of doing an anime channel, it's, you know, I'm not the type of person that I like to watch anime. I don't really like talking about it as much. That's something that I realized when I started doing an anime channel. Like, you know, I enjoy this stuff. Like if I'm watching TV, it'll probably, if it's not NBA, it'll probably be something like anime or something, but I just want to enjoy that. I don't want to make a whole thing about that. So yeah, I'm about to be 26. I know, right? Everyone's always telling me you look like you're like 21 or whatever, and I act like I'm 21, but yeah, I'm about to be 26. Who should the Pistons draft? A lot of the people in the Pistons fan base want them to trade the draft pick, because it's probably one of the best assets that we have to hopefully get a better point guard. Sorry, Reggie Jackson, but you know, we could definitely use some upgrades across the roster. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Pistons are one of those teams that does make a draft day trade. Maybe not a big trade, but I'd be surprised if we kind of held on to that 15th pick. Opinions on Mike Korzemba. I got nothing but love for Mike. He's one of the OGs that started this thing. You know, he seems like a really cool guy. Sure, he does get some crap for his video titles, but he's a good guy, and he seems to be doing good things on his channel. So I'm hoping nothing but, like, I saw he was actually on ESPN, some app or whatever, and when other YouTubers get on stuff like that, for example, King of the Fourth Quarter, Kenny, with his whole podcast, that thing's really taking off for him with Bleacher Report. So I'm really happy for him because it just shows what you can do with YouTube. Like that's something that typically is not an avenue that would be open for a lot of people, like getting in contact with, having a show on Bleacher Report, or Mike Korzemba is doing something with ESPN now. Like, that's not something that, like, I don't want to know how you got into that back in the day. You'd have to, like, have years under your belt as a journalist, like, have to have the degree and all this other stuff. And now people are just proving themselves by just going out and doing it, prove that they can do it on YouTube. And these companies and these bigger industries are starting to take notice of that. So I think that's really cool, because any win for those guys is like a win for the YouTube community, the NBA community as a whole. So I'm wishing them nothing but the best success. And yeah, it's really cool to see what's happening with Mike Korzemba, King of the Fourth Quarter and stuff. Partnering with King of the Fourth Quarter. Opinions on King of the Fourth Quarter. He seems like a really he seems like a cool guy. Talk to him here and there on like Twitter and stuff, but he does seem like a really cool guy. If you think starting a podcast myself, that's something that I definitely want to do at some point. I'm not sure if it's going to be 100% NBA related, and if it is, it's going to be different in the sense that I kind of just want to talk to people within the community and like get their background, maybe like turn it into more of a interview type thing. Like, for example, I used to kind of want to start an NBA debate show, but I don't know. Now I'm thinking more of, like I just said, for example, if I do start one, I'll probably just start off, hopefully, if I could interview other NBA YouTubers and, you know, get their insights on the NBA about some things going on or whatever. But also just, you know, hopefully share who of more they actually are with you guys. You know, just like have actual conversations with these people instead of, you know, trying to force this stuff. Who's your favorite NBA YouTuber besides myself? That's a tough question to answer. I like and respect pretty much everyone in the community. There's no one that I dislike, so I can't single out any specific person in the NBA community. I do have to say though that B Souls is probably one that dates back the furthest with, because like this is back before either our channels really started getting recognized. I had like maybe 5,000 subscribers at the time. He had like 8 to 10,000, and that was the first time we did like a collaboration. And then after that, we started a podcast together. So it was pretty cool. I had some fun times with B Souls. So, and then of course arguing with Low on Discord, that was always fun. Me and him, we argue a lot. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of things in the NBA. Thanks, Zach, for being a great inspiration. Yo, shout out to you, Raven Blaze. I appreciate you. But yeah, I really hope that I can come back as soon as I possibly can. Like I said, I was going to make this a video, but I don't want to post update videos like that on this channel anymore. I want to keep this channel as kind of as professional as I possibly can. Maybe on my second channel, I'll do like future updates on there, but I just didn't want to make a video. I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys, like actually, you know, answer some questions if you guys had any questions. Thanks, Craig. I really appreciate that, and hope you have a good day. But yeah, I just wanted to answer you guys' questions and just let you know what's been going on. Like I said, if you guys didn't hear when I was at the beginning, the NBA news stuff on this channel, it's definitely going to take a back seat for now because of how toxic NBA news in general can be. It's all part of an entertainment industry One video I'm thinking about doing might be about the NBA media, because I just been watching a lot of interviews and listening to other players talk about the media, and especially Kyrie Irving. That guy, he hates the media so much. Like, I really want to make a video on Kyrie Irving. The only problem is there aren't many ways which I can learn about Kyrie Irving as a person right now. I have some information about like his views on things within the NBA, but as far as like who he is as a person, there's not much to go on right now. So there's no books, there's no documentaries, there's really not much like that I can find on Kyrie Irving. But he seems like a very interesting person that I want to cover someday. Hopefully soon I can learn a lot more about Kyrie Irving. What do you think about? We're gonna do some work with NBA Storyteller. Yeah, NBA Storyteller. He makes some of the most interesting NBA videos out there. They can't be long, so it's a commitment to watch an NBA Storyteller video. But if you watch an NBA Storyteller video from beginning to end, it's definitely worth it. After the NBA Finals, do you think Adam Silver will be able to push for more of a 70-game season? I hope so. I think that's definitely what the NBA should do, because when there's those nights where there's like 10, 11 games going on at once, that's too much. That's way too many games going on at one time. And it's like, at that point, that's too many games, first of all. And then when players are playing these 82-game seasons, the more likeliness there is for injury. You're seeing it in the finals right now. Look at all these injuries that are occurring to key players. Of course, Stephen Curry is not healthy. Kawhi Leonard's not healthy. Kyle Lowry's not healthy. Kevin Durant's injured. Klay Thompson. It's like all these major injuries that are affecting the finals. And if the season was shorter, then maybe some of these injuries don't happen because there's not as much wear and tear on the players' bodies. Because 82 games, that's a lot of games, especially when you're trying to go in the finals, go deep in the playoffs. Then you're going towards 100, 105, 110 games plus practices, backs to backs, the traveling, all the commercials, the ads, the endorsements, and all the other stuff the players have to do. There's a lot of strain goes on these players, and they have a couple of months off during the summer. But even during those couple of months off, they still have to be working on their game and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of strain that goes onto these players' bodies that I definitely think the top priority for the NBA should be reducing the number of games that are played. So, bro, I used to watch your NBA recaps after day of school. Thanks for the years of entertainment. No problem, bro. Hopefully, we can get back there soon, but it's definitely going to be different when it does come back. Do I like playing 2K? I bought NBA 2K19. I think I played it twice. I just haven't been able to get back into video games as much as I used to play when I was younger, so I can't say that I play 2K as much anymore either. Would I like to see a new team in the NBA? I think if they bring in one, they're going to have to bring in two, but I definitely think a relocation to Seattle is necessary. Some team out there has to catch that L and has to go to Seattle, so it's going to happen one day. Convince Kyrie that the Earth is a cube. All right. I should live stream more often. I don't mind live streaming. This is kind of chill, but if I do live stream, I don't think it could be on this channel all the time, because I don't know. It's like live streaming on YouTube. It's very weird because YouTube itself is a very analytical driven site, and even doing live streams like this can sometimes, hurt the channel more than it can help it. So doing live streams all the time, unless it's like a channel built around live streaming, which could kind of be cool, maybe that's something worth looking into. I don't think live streaming all the time is actually beneficial to channels. Where'd I go? Okay, so for those of you still tuning in and haven't been here since the beginning, I've just been trying to fall back in love with the game, trying to find that passion that I had for the game again, because, when you do it every single day for like 3 years, of course the passion is going to die down. You're not going to love it at nearly as much as you used to. So I just been trying to get back into there, because I hit the wall. I hit the point where I just couldn't make another video, and that's when I just disappeared, because I tried to make videos Like even when I was disappearing, I was trying to make videos and just wouldn't upload that day. So you guys might not like. I even had some times where I went through the whole script. Like I'm not good enough at stream where I could show you my desktop. I got to get my brother for that. But like I have so many scripts on Google Docs of videos that I haven't uploaded over the past month, just because when I was making them, I hated it. So yeah. But what music do I bump to? Pretty much just listen to a lot of Eminem. I don't listen to like a lot of rap, a lot of new rap, I should say. I don't listen to too much new stuff, but when I do listen to music, I like Eminem. Eminem's the goat. Yo, what's up, Brady? How you been doing? Um, but yeah, I live streamed during draft night like you used to do on the NBA trade deadline. That's something that I'm gonna look into. I think that could be cool. Just just talking with the draft about you guys because uh, I mean that could be fun. That could definitely be fun. Something else I also want to do was maybe live stream during the games. Just like watch the games with you guys. But I'm just not sure how good that would be. I think it would be fun, but at the same time, I do have friends over here. Sometimes I'm watching it with like my brother, my cousin, and then some of their friends. So there's a lot of people that I'm sometimes watching the finals games with. But if there's ever a time where I'm just by myself chilling watching the game, I think coming on to stream it could be cool. If that's something you guys would like, just let me know. Um, I'll definitely like to do that at least maybe once. Maybe we'll do that for Game Five because that could be a very important closeout game. Could be the first time Toronto wins a championship. Uh, um, do you think Zion could be a bust? No. Can't you do a live stream show every day with a few topics about the NBA to interact with us? The only thing about a live stream show every day about the NBA is I'd have to figure out a time in which it would be optimal for pretty much everyone because no one likes watching live streams back. You watch a live stream when it's live. No one wants to, watch a stream that already happened and the stream's like an hour long. It's like ain't nobody got time for that, especially if it's an interactive stream because if you're watching the stream, you want to be there to part of interact with it. So that's something that would be better suited towards. I don't know. That's a good idea, but it's at the same time it's probably not where I'm gonna take this channel. Your finals prediction. It's kind of irrelevant to give a prediction now with the Raptors up 3-1 because the Raptors most likely just won the series, but the Warriors get KD back, anything is still possible, but it really depends on if he can come back game 5 and if he does come back game 5, how healthy is he really going to be? How much rust is it going to be? He's going to be coming back getting defended by Kawhi Leonard. That's going to be a challenge in and of itself. So it's really looking like the Raptors should just be able to close this that one out in 5. I'd be surprised if they didn't, which would kind of make them like, which would kind of make the Raptors like the new '05 '04 Pistons in a sense. I'm sorry, how the Pistons beat the juggernaut Lakers in 5 back in the day, and the Raptors might beat the juggernaut Warriors in 5. So that would be kind of cool. Uh, you should do a podcast. So you just talked about the whole podcast things. I just joined. Have you talked about why you haven't been posting as much? Man, maybe I should have just made a video because I'm gonna have to keep answering this question. Uh, yeah, I got sick of it. I got sick of the NBA media. I got sick of talking about the same rumors every single day. I just got completely sick of it, and I just couldn't do it anymore. So I had to take a break, and I'm still not at the point where I'm ready to make those videos because let me just go through some of what's been going on right now in the NBA, and just so we can see how similar it is or how it has been for forever. For example, right here, I'm looking at something that's talking about what should the New York Knicks do if they want to strike out on Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. It's all about Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant free agency. It's all about speculation as to what's going on with them. Kemba Walker unreportedly unlikely to move to the Knicks. I mean, it's all 100% speculation. The stuff that we've been talking about for months. How long have we been linking Kemba Walker to the New York Knicks? Ever since before the season started, we're still talking about the same exact things. You can see how talking about that every day would start to do a number on you. And here's another one. Clippers reportedly planning now for what happens to Kawhi Leonard stays in Toronto. I mean, come on. This is the same rumors that we've been talking about for forever. Can we? It's. I mean, the Joel Embiid got incredibly sad and salty about the 76ers losing to the Raptors after Game 4. Like, we all know that Joel Embiid's salty. Of course he's salty. You lose on a shot. You lose. You don't make. You get eliminated from the playoffs in a shot that's an extremely difficult shot that Kawhi Leonard took in first place, and then it bounces like 5 or 6 times at the rim and drops in as the buzz sounds. Like, of course he's gonna be upset and salty about that. He's gonna be upset and salty about that for as long as his career. Probably he's not. That's something you don't really get over until you eventually probably win a championship. Then he might not be as salty about it. But yeah, it's really not a fun thing to do. Just talking about the same thing every other day or every day, talking about the same exact thing. Um, uh, he put the Zelda hat back on. No, that hat's retired, bro. That hat is definitely retired. But hopefully I can get back to making news videos when it matters, especially this summer, because during free agency, I do enjoy making the videos because that's when stuff actually happens. When stuff is actually popping off, when players are signing, that stuff you can talk about because it's not just rumors, it's not just speculation. It's stuff that's actually happening. So definitely when free agency kicks off, the draft and stuff like that, I'll hopefully be able to get back to making recap videos or news videos. Definitely won't be every single day, but when something monumental enough happens or enough stuff actually happens where I can make a video on it, then definitely I will go back to that. But as far as other videos, I'm like I said, the Kevin Durant video is a blueprint for things that I want to do in the future. I've been doing a lot of research on Kyrie Irving, having a hard time putting the video together just because there's not that much information out there regarding Kyrie Irving, unless I just wanted to do one on how much Kyrie Irving hates the media, because I could probably make it a whole video on how much these players actually hate the media, because they hate it. Uh, do I stay in Sterling Heights? Yo, exactly. What are you feeling about Anne Frank? DeMar DeRozan and the Spurs thinking about trading. Once again, that's completely rumors. I'm sure if the Spurs got an offer that they like for DeMar DeRozan, they wouldn't hesitate to trade him. But as far as no one knows DeMar DeRozan's going to get traded, I do feel kind of bad for DeMar DeRozan and how he has to just sit there watching the finals, though, watching the Raptors probably about to win a championship right after they trade him. Like, he couldn't get the Raptors past LeBron. Kawhi Leonard comes, and all of a sudden they win a championship. That's really tough. That's tough. Um, what about humorous videos talking about how stupid the rumors are? I'll probably do something like that, but I think a lot of people already know how stupid rumors can be. So it's like beating a dead horse at that point. Do you think Orlando will ever become a championship contender? Of course, eventually. Josh Hackendor uh, say Zach, how have you been? Genuinely, how have you been? I've been doing a lot better. I've been getting a lot better. Um, Took a toll on my mental health for a little bit, but definitely doing a lot better. Sorry about that. After this month off, what are your thoughts about Kyle Lowry winning a ring before CP3? I feel bad for CP3 because he deserves a ring, but at the same time, if I had to choose between who I'd want to see get a ring, Kyle Lowry or CP3, I'm going with Kyle Lowry just because I have a lot of respect for Kyle Lowry. And then there's the whole connection. Well, him, Chauncey Billups, CP3, like those are like 3 point guards that are kind of cut from a similar cloth. And of course, Chauncey Billups being my favorite player back in the day with the Pistons, Mr. Big Shot. So, I wish CP3 would win a ring one day. It's starting to look less and less likely it's going to happen. But if Kyle Lowry wins one, then I'm super happy for him because, like I said, he's cut from that same kind of Chauncey Billups-esque cloth. Maybe not, as clutch when it comes to hitting the big shots. Doesn't have that name, Mr. Big Shot, but in the way he plays and the way he controls the offense and, just the type of player he is, it makes me happy for Kyle Lowry for sure. What do the Rockets do? Hope that they can get something great for Chris Paul and hope James Harden just comes back even better somehow. Hope he can finesse the refs even more. Yeah, Vince Carter and D Rose definitely do deserve rings, but Vince Carter clearly isn't the type of player that's going ring chasing, so I don't think he cares too much about rings. I think he's over the fact that he might not win one because if he cared about winning rings, he wouldn't be signing with all the teams. He cares more about, it seems, just like helping young players come up and being a mentor. So I got respect for him in that regard. As for D Rose, I hope he can win a ring someday. I really do, because he definitely deserves it too. Um, yes, I am currently still with NBA Playmakers. I was think, yeah, it just happened to be doing a live stream. It happens. It happens like that. I recently did see something about Derrick Rose. See, people keep talking in my chat. Something about Derrick Rose almost dying when he was a little kid because he drank bleach. I forgot what the exact reason was. Maybe I can try and find it real quick. Find the story about Derrick Rose drinking bleach. Uh, uh, yeah. Hmm. I don't know. There's something out there about Derrick Rose drank bleach when he was younger and almost died. So will Melo ever make it back into the NBA? It's not looking like it. Maybe some team gives him a shot this summer, but it's really, you haven't heard much about Melo, and I just don't know any team that's willing to take the risk on him because there were teams that were interested in him this summer. I mean, this season, of course, the Miami Heat, the Portland Trailblazers, even when he did become a free agent after he was bought out, but they still never rolled the dice. And if those teams aren't rolling the dice, then I just don't know who's going to roll the dice on Carmelo Anthony. I mean, Dwayne Wade was with the Miami Heat, and he's buddy with Melo. He couldn't get Melo a position on the Heat, so I just don't know what Melo is going to have to do to get back into the NBA. It's gonna be a tough road for him, but hopefully everything works out for Melo. He gets a lot of crap, but he's not. It's not like he's a bad person or anything. Sure, he's not as good of a player as he used to be. He doesn't really fit into the modern NBA as well, it seems, but hopefully everything works out for Melo because the NBA was kind of just like pulled from up under him. Clearly he wasn't ready to go, but the NBA basically told him it's time for you to go. I can't wait. Oh, shout out to the Mexican boy. I can't wait for summer for your videos. We miss you. Yeah, like I said, the draft time, free agency time, that's times when NBA news is really, really relevant because stuff is actually popping off. So I'm looking forward to that time too. What do I think the Pistons should do with their team this offseason? That's tough because with the way their roster and the salary cap right now, there's not much they can do unless they can make some type of massive trade. But then again, we don't have that much good to trade. I'm sure teams would just be interested in trading for Luke Kennard. He was really good in the playoffs, so I'm sure his stock, people are going to be calling him about the offseason, but we're definitely not trading him. I mean, Blake Griffin doesn't trading him is. I don't think it'll be too hard considering how well he played this season. I don't think there's like no teams interested in trading for Blake Griffin. It's just the package that the Pistons would get in return for Blake Griffin probably wouldn't be that great. So it might as well at this point, I'm assuming, keep him unless some team offers everything they have for him. And then Andre Drummond, Once again, same thing with Blake Griffin. If we move him, it'll probably just be in a salary dump move. And at that point, I don't know. The Pistons are in a very, very awkward situation. Of course, Reggie Jackson's contract's eating up a lot of space. No team's really going to be that interested in him either. So it's a very interesting situation for the Pistons. And I don't expect them to make any moves to become dramatically better next season, just besides maybe trying to find some type of small forward, because there's literally no small forward on the Detroit Pistons right now. And hopefully Luke Kennard just continues to get better and the entire team just continues to get better. But don't expect too much out of him right now. Pacers third seed. Pacers would have been at least the third seed this year had Victor Oladipo not gotten hurt. That was very unfortunate for them. Zach, do you think the NBA Finals are boring this year? I don't think. I think it's actually been refreshing. It's been disappointing with all the injuries that we haven't been able to see like the Warriors nearly at their best, but it's been refreshing. It hasn't been boring. It's been refreshing. Toronto keeps Kawhi. I will say that it'll be very interesting if the Raptors do win and then Kawhi Leonard still leaves. Like, how many times do you see a star player win a championship and then bolt? That's like the anti KD. If you think, sorry KD, but that's like the opposite of what Kevin Durant did. If Kawhi Leonard won a championship and then went to another team, and imagine if Kawhi Leonard wins a championship with the Raptors and then does go to like the Clippers or whatever, and then the next year the Clippers win a championship. Just imagine Kawhi Leonard gives Toronto their first championship and he gives the Clippers their first championship. At that point, Kawhi Leonard is just a GOAT. I mean, he's legitimately the GOAT at that point. If he just keep going from franchise, if he can just keep going from franchise to franchise and winning championships, that's unheard of. How do I feel about the Blazers playoff run? It was definitely inspiring compared to last year, but I mean, it was inspiring. But once they got matched up against the Warriors, it was like it was over. I mean, it was an inspiring run and redeemed their hopes from it redeemed themselves from last year. But in the end, it was, no one really expected them to get further than they did. Um, do I think Dwight Howard will ever come back? No, he's pretty much at the end of his rope. He's under his contract for one more season, I believe, with the Wizards. I think they signed him for a 2-year, $11 million deal, so he's still there, I believe. So, but as for his career, I think he's pretty much at the end of his ropes. I don't think he minds that. Dwight Howard's always already talking about how he wants to retire to a farm and just get away from all the media and the noise and everything with the NBA and just to enjoy his life. So I hope he has hope he finds happiness in that way. But he's had a very unfortunately up and down drama filled NBA career, but he's still gonna wind up in the Hall of Fame. I just realized Kawhi has more rings than more. You just realized that? Where do I have Kawhi on my all time list? Like, compared to like MJ and like Isaiah Thomas and Magic and stuff, I can't really put Kawhi on that list just yet. He's still young and still his career is still very much going, so it's definitely way too early to be talking about Kawhi on that list. Yeah, he's definitely gonna end up on the list, but as far as where he ranks, I mean, he's gonna end up in that tier. He's gonna be on that highest level, but as far as where he ranks, is way too early to tell right now. Um, yeah, the Palinka Magic thing. I I guess Magic Johnson just didn't know what it took or what it was like to be. I guess Magic Johnson had an idea of what it meant to be like a president of basketball right operations. He had this idea of like that it was gonna be like all rosy. It was kind of like playing my GM on NBA 2K, where he could just sign off on deals and build a team how he wants. But people talk about all the time how there's like a much darker side when they get like the higher you get up into the NBA offices. Like there's like a much darker side to it, and I don't think Magic Johnson was cut out for that. He doesn't seem like the type of person who's wants to make those very personal and hard to make decisions. So he did the right thing about stepping down. And then as for far as Rob Pelinka, and like a lot of people talking about him being like this terrible person with the Lakers, like I don't know what's going on specifically behind the scenes. It's all he said, she said right now. And but I guess this is just what you can expect whenever LeBron goes somewhere. LeBron went to LA. What else were we going to expect besides a bunch of chaos and some mess like this? So, what do we think a Raptors championship will mean for Canadian basketball? Ah, I don't know what it's going to mean for Canadian basketball besides the fact that they got their first championship. I mean, I don't know what else it could be. What do you want to see? Okay. Do I ever wonder why Kobe's not interviewing for Lakers coaching or GM positioning, knowing all of the nonsense they are going through? No, I just don't think Kobe wants to deal with that stuff. I think Kobe wants to do other stuff besides. Um, he doesn't want to. I don't definitely don't think it's worth him trying to taint his legacy with the Lakers because, like, as cool as it might sound for Kobe to be a GM or president of basketball operations or coach right now, if it doesn't work out, it's gonna do more damage to his legacy and reputation as a Laker than it would help. And I don't think Kobe wants any part of that. He's gonna do his own thing, like he's doing his shows, his what's that series where he dissects players, and he's doing his own thing. He's not concerned with what the Lakers are doing. Uh, do I think Kawhi will return to the Spurs? No, Kawhi's never going back to the Spurs. You don't go back after how ugly it ended. You don't go back to the Spurs. I don't see why he would go back to the Spurs. He wanted to leave the Spurs. It's not like LeBron where he's coming home, where he was this hometown kid. It's completely different. I don't see a reason why he would go back to the Spurs. But yeah, I'm actually gonna start wrapping up this stream right now. I hope you guys got the idea. I glad you guys came out first and foremost to listen to the stream. I didn't expect as many people to be here as there were at one point in time, but yeah, I'm hopefully going to be making videos soon. Like I said, I'm just learning a lot about the variety of different NBA players right now. I just finished learning a decent amount about like Yao Ming. I'm trying to really want to make a video on Kyrie Irving because he seems like a very, very interesting person. But as far as the NBA news goes, when the free agency kicks off, I'll definitely be doing reports on what's going on then, as well as like the NBA draft and all that stuff, because that's when stuff actually pops off. I can't talk about the same Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant rumors anymore. So I just had to take a break from that entire toxic NBA scene. So hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Like I said, if you guys want me to live stream during an NBA Finals game, I definitely will. Um, Game 5, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. I might be going back to my brother's place to watch theirs, but if I'm not, if I'm just here chilling by myself, I will hop on live stream and hopefully watch at least some of the game with you guys. Same thing can be said for the NBA draft. I do like doing these live stream and interacting with you guys. That's probably my favorite thing about doing YouTube. So live streams are something you guys might be able to see more of because this was pretty cool. But hope you guys have an enjoyable rest of your day, and thank you once again for coming out. But until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.